Hello everyone once again, this is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness and another first reaction video. Before I continue, however, there is a situation occurring within our YouTube community right now regarding a reaction channel, and they need your help. SueSue and the Wolfman are going through some personal issues of a medical nature, and they really require our combined support as a community. I'm asking you all to contact Miss Amy Goodson, a mutual friend of SueSue the Wolfman and myself, and Amy Goodson can best direct you as to how to help. Her YouTube page is linked directly below this video, and I would urge you all to contact Amy, and she could advise you on what could be the most helpful course of action to benefit SueSue and the Wolfman in this time of need. I really appreciate you taking the time, and thank you. Also, just as a reminder, there is still the fundraiser going on for my wheelchair/scooter. As many of you know, I am a disabled individual, and I use my wheelchair/scooter all day, every day for my independence, and you can see that information linked below the information for SueSue and the Wolfman in the description. Please consider making a $10 donation. If you can do more, that's wonderful. If I'm only asking for $10 a piece, it goes a long way and it does add up. So thank you for your time on that as well. So here we are with the first reaction to SABATON, the First Soldier, the animated story video. Now, I have not seen this, and I'm not sure if I've heard the song. I don't think I have. I've heard a lot of SABATON songs. Initially, my son was playing them for me, and I was really starting to dig some of the stuff that I heard. And then I've heard some other people on here reacting and other suggestions for more material, and I was provided with more links and so on and so forth. But I don't think I've heard this song, so I'm curious. I'm curious about the story behind it. I did do a reaction to Night Witches, which is in my videos. That I was blown away by that story video. So here I am with the First Soldier animated story first reaction video.
It's 1913 and war is in the air in Europe. The mighty French army stands ready. Albert Severin Roche is the 18-year-old son of a farmer, and he knows his destiny is not as a farmer. In his heart, he knows he's a fighter and chooses to sign up to the French army. Trying to enlist, things didn't go well. Albert was only 1.58 meters or 5 feet 2 inches tall. He wasn't the model tough Frenchman that the army was looking for. Also, he wasn't of stocky build, and ultimately, he was rejected. This was still a time of peace after all, so Albert's father was delighted. More hands were needed to run the family farm. Albert, though dejected, kept his dreams alive. He knew his destiny was to be a soldier, a great one. The following year, Albert's dream was born through Europe's nightmare. With the outbreak of war in Europe, the call of Albert's destiny became deafening. In the still of the night, he packed his things and ran away from home. France's need was greater now, and with Albert's insistence, he managed to enlist and was assigned to the 30th Battalion of Chasseurs. He was in, but things did not start well. As it turned out, Albert wasn't a model recruit. His small frame meant that he was not respected by the other men, and Albert was known to have a temper. He considered himself a fighter. All this training and disrespect from the other recruits and officers was just for nothing. He was told he wasn't competent enough to be sent into battle.
You man, soldier, stand down.
But he was a fighter, and he knew it. In a fury, he stormed off the base, to be immediately captured and arrested for desertion and threatened with prison. He said in his defense, "Bad soldiers are sent there, but I want to go where we fight." Albert's wish was granted, and for his punishment, he was assigned to the 27th Battalion of Chasseurs Alpins, known by the Germans as the Blue Devils. Albert was now a devil dressed in blue. He's now fighting in the Aisne, a soldier at last, and a damn good one. Trench warfare was brutal, and with industrialization and mechanization, a different kind of war was being waged with machines and structures that were terrifying. One such innovation was the German blockhouse. These huge concrete structures were 10 meters long and 3 meters wide and sunk a meter into the dirt. The concrete at the front was 75 centimeters thick, and they could shrug off almost everything the French could throw at them. Albert, though, wasn't deterred. His company had orders to take out the blockhouse, and Albert volunteered. Fearless, he slipped across no man's land towards the German trenches and the impervious blockhouse. Pushing himself into the mud, he crept and slithered, using all the advantages of his diminutive frame. Getting closer, he could even hear the Germans talking inside the blockhouse.
His country courageous and fearless.
His job done, he fell, exhausted, into a hole and slept. A French patrol found the sleeping soldier in a guard hole. He was dragged out of his sleep by the guards. "This man is sleeping on duty! This man has abandoned his post!" It had been a hard battle, and there had been many mutinies and desertions. Justice was hard and swift in these times, and they marched him to captivity to be shot within 24 hours. Albert, of course, protested, but without witnesses, things were not looking good. An hour before his execution, he was allowed to write a letter. He wrote to his father. He had lived with his father's disapproval and didn't want to die without being able to explain himself. In his letter, he wrote, "In an hour, I shall be shot, but I assure you, I am innocent." Albert was dragged in front of the firing squad. "Ready?" The men raised their rifles. "Aim!" The men zeroed in on the target, steadying their breath. Albert waited for the final command. "Stop!" The shout echoed around. A man ran up to the commanding officer. A short discussion ensued.
You must stop the execution.
Looking up at Albert, the commander, white as a sheet, gave the order to free the convict.
Save the man.
The captain Albert had rescued had finally woken and given his testimony. Albert wasn't only free, he was a hero. The war ended. Albert had incredibly captured over 1,000 prisoners, but it had left its mark on the man. But despite all this, he still remained a second-class soldier, not the smallest recognition in rank for his incredible bravery. By the end of World War I, Albert had been wounded 9 times and had personally captured 1,180 prisoners. General Foch, in reviewing the records of the men who had served, discovered Albert's record. He read it and took it in. This man was incredible, the ultimate French soldier. He checked the rank. Second class. Second class? Foch was shocked. He has done all this and he has no rank? Foch was conducting a speech in Alsace on November the 27th, 1918, in front of a huge crowd. It was a celebration that Alsace was once again French soil. At the key moment, Foch announced, "Alsacians, I present to you your liberator, Albert Roche. He is the first soldier of France." "Albert! Albert! Albert!" The crowd chanted his name. Albert was now a celebrity. He was invited to dine with George V and was selected to be one of the men to bear the unknown soldier to his final resting place in the Arc de Triomphe. The farmer's son, with a temper, who was not a model recruit, had elevated himself with extraordinary deeds and found himself a hero. In the years after the war, Albert became a firefighter. The call of service still needed somehow to be fulfilled. In 1939, Albert was departing from a bus. A passing car hit France's first soldier. Albert fell. The hero that had looked death in the face many times was killed just a few months prior to the outbreak of World War II.
That was so touching. I wanted to cry at the end. I was literally on the verge of tears. That was just moving, it was touching, and it's interesting when you have a backstory like that that inspires a song and inspires a band to really tell a story like that. I'm very moved, and I'm just trying not to, I'm trying not to cry, but it's really, it was moving, and I was very touched by that. Um, so I hope you enjoyed my reaction. The song is spectacular. It's really a great honor to this this gentleman who clearly deserved a lot more recognition than he received for quite a long time. At least he was finally recognized, though, and his death, though, was an unfortunate accident, and that's the case with a lot of a death, unfortunately. It's something we can't necessarily control, but it's something that happens to everyone at some point in time. Um, it's difficult, but there's a legacy for him that went on beyond his death because of all that he overcame and all that he did and continues to do throughout his life. Incredibly inspiring, incredibly moving, and you can find that video directly linked below without interruptions. There were a few commercials there I had to edit out. Hopefully they weren't that noticeable. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching it uninterrupted and without my face going like this in amazement at the end there, because I was really shocked by the way he passed away. I was honestly shocked by that. But please feel free to click on that video. Always click on the source videos for bands. They are the ones that create this incredible music for us, no matter the genre, and they deserve all the credit in the world. So please click on their links whenever you can. Also, please explore the links below in the description. First off, we have the link for Amy Goodson's resource page for SueSue and the Wolfman, and I urge you to contact Amy and see what you can do to help SueSue and the Wolfman. I urge you all to click on Amy and contact her as soon as you're able to. This is a situation with two of our dear friends in the YouTube community that we'd like to see resolved as soon as possible. So please do so and keep the YouTube reactors going. This is, something that we enjoy doing for you, the viewers, and we're only asking you for a little bit to get back. So please click on Amy and ask what you can do to help, and I appreciate your help doing so. Also, please keep in mind my fundraiser link below that for the wheelchair scooter. It's below Amy's information and below the information regarding SueSue and the Wolfman. And if I can be of any help to any of you as far as answering questions, also please feel free to contact me. I will do the best I can as well. This is Rob with Media Awareness. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.